Hey, what's going on? I wonder if you guys can hear me. I don't even know. Put something in the chat if you can hear me. I'm waiting for Indomitable Human to show up. That's my guy. Indomitable Human. The Trump supporters have to be waking up to the madness now, right? They have to. Right? No one can be surprised now with the stock market tanking the way it is, when everybody said this is what's going to happen. Where the Trump supporters at today to explain to me how this is a good thing? I just need somebody to explain to me via 4D chess how losing 10% of the money in your retirement account is a good thing. I need somebody to explain this to me. And this is ridiculous. What's up, 3D printing shop? What's up? This is insane to me. I've been posting about this for the last 3 days because I don't want to argue with Trump supporters because there's nothing to argue about. The stock market is doing what the stock market is doing, and he didn't say this is what was going to happen. What he said was that this is Liberation Day, and that when I do this, everybody's going to be in fear. All the nations in the world are going to give us great deals, which would mean that people will want to invest in the stock market because manufacturing is going to increase and American productivity is going to go up. But instead, as almost everybody who knew anything about anything said, when you do this, they're going to do the exact same thing to you, which is going to cause businesses to say it's too expensive to operate. So maybe we're going to contract instead of expand. Maybe we're going to have less people than more people. I'm just really trying to understand who are the people? Who are the people that are still on board, that are saying, yeah, this is going to work? I know one person, Black Rosebud is one of them. My boy Black Rosebud, I post, right? And it's just to draw him out. I post about Trump. He goes on his page and talk about me. Right? he called me a crybaby ass nigga because all I did was point out the fact that, oh, by the way, Donald Trump is an economic genius. He just caused the stock market to lose 10% of its value, $10 trillion in one day. In one day. And he says I'm a crybaby for that, right? Well, going on his page to say that Donald Trump is my savior, he knows what he's doing. He's gonna save the world. You gotta get this dick out your mouth, dog. You gotta get it out your mouth. You have to join reality. Join the world of reality here. The fact that the Trump's approval rating is at 43% astonishes me. It astonishes me, but it proves me right. Because I say, no matter how many stupid people you think there are more. No matter what number you come up with, you grossly underestimate it. Because there are more. There shouldn't be 40% of the country that approves of what this fucker's doing. Over probably 70% of the country has money invested in the stock market in one way or another, either through a retirement account, a 401k, a pension, something. And when the stock market tanks, that's your money. Whether you actually have access to the money or not, that's your money. That's compounding interest. Even if you say, you know what, I lost my money today, but it'll come back. No, compounding interest. You're losing money. Every single time it does this, he fucks you over. He fucks you over. And the fact that you don't understand that it's not anybody's bad but your own. There's a sucker born every day. There's a sucker born every day. And Trump is not a genius, but he does know people. He understands people, and he knows how to find a sucker. He knows how to find a sucker, and he's found them. He's found the suckers in MAGA. And even though, because of his ego, he can't change his mind about the tariffs, he doesn't care because the suckers still love him. The suckers still love him. So 40% of the country, even though the stock market is tanking and everybody's losing money, Everybody's losing money. If you haven't lost money in the stock market yet because you don't have an investment account, don't worry, your turn is coming. Your turn is coming. Because if you work for a business that has money in the stock market, well, they're next, right? If they're losing money, if they're losing value, what happens to them? And it's, as much as we want to say it's a silo and it doesn't matter. No, it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected, and it all matters. It matters that Donald Trump is screwing up the stock market, even if you don't have an investment account that makes money off the stock market. It matters. If the cost of goods goes up 25%. I told my wife last night, she was talking about travel and going on vacation. I said, travel? You're worried about people not being able to travel. There's going to be people that are not going to be able to eat. If the cost of all goods goes up 25, 35%, if you didn't have 25% of your budget left over at the end of every month, you're 25% behind. You're 25% behind. And if the cost of goods go up, the cost of everything goes up. Because the cost for everybody goes up. So your rent goes up, your electricity goes up, your gas goes, everything goes up. Everything goes up. And eventually you got to say, well, I guess we got to cut something. The government doesn't have to cut anything. But us individuals will have to cut stuff. And if you're not independently wealthy, well, I mean, I guess we're all going to be in the same damn club of people who are coming up short and falling short of the goal. Because Trump wants to prove that through tariffs, he can make money. It's it's absolutely insane to me. Like I want to laugh, but it's hard to laugh. It's like I want to say, hey, look, I was right. I wanted to be wrong. I wanted to be wrong because when I looked at my account this morning and I saw how much money I lost this week, fuck this month, fuck year to date, this week, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I saw someone lost $7 million this week. A Trump supporter, $7 million. I'm like, God damn, like how much money did you have in the stock market to lose $7 million and still be in it? That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't lose nowhere near $7 million, but man, I lost enough money for me to be like, that's a lot of money. $7 million, I might be loading up on this guy. I might be trying to find him, find his people. That's crazy. $7 million, that's crazy. But it's insane to me that, and then like, you know, I guess the last thing I say, because I got, this guy's car broke down. That sucks. This guy looks like a new car too. Damn, it's terrible. Last time I say, because I've reached my destination. The Trump supporters now are saying, hey, you suck it up. Now, when Joe Biden was president, we were hitting record levels in the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, and everybody's making money and getting new jobs. There's all these government contracts going out and growth. And they told us those are bad things. The Republicans said those are bad things, and they found reasons why. Because there's immigrants in the country, because there's this, because there's that, whatever made up boogeyman they came up with. And now that the shit is tanking and everything's going south, they're saying, hey, look, it's just part of the deal. Sometimes things happen that go bad. That to me, it's incompetence and it's ridiculousness. And if you fell for the trick, you're a sucker. Stop being so attached to that party that they can do anything to you. You keep coming back like a damn abused wife. You keep coming back like a damn abused wife. Trump is doing it to you, and you don't have to let him. You don't have to let him do it to you. You can walk away. Where is Indomitable Human at? That's my guy. I need Indomitable Human to come on real quick because he's my biggest fan, and he's a Trump supporter, and he defends Trump at all costs. And if he was here, I'd want to hear his opinion about what happened this week, because I don't know if you can explain it. I don't know if you can find value in losing 10% of your investment accounts. What's up, Roselle? What's going on, brother? But yeah, it's a damn shame. I hope that people can get through the Trump, because he doesn't care, right? He's making money off his meme coin. He's making money off of all kinds of scams. He got the damn Donald Trump. Donald Trump media is about to sell for like a couple $1 billion. Like he's doing all right. He's gonna do all right. He doesn't care about the fact that you're hurting, and he never cared about anyone to begin with. So the fact that he tricked these dumbass Trump supporters to think that this guy, who's probably the most selfish human being possible, is gonna do things that's in the best interest of the common man and the poor man, you'd have to be insane. But the last thing I say about Black Rosebud is that we argued, right? We argued about this for months and months and months, right? And maybe he thinks that, you know, my argument is just to win, but I'm having a principled discussion, which is why I refuse to talk to him almost, right? What's up, Joe's Blocks? Like I'm having a principled discussion about my real beliefs and what I want to happen, and none of it has to do with bad stuff happening to anybody, right? It's like I feel like the government's job is to provide us a service, right? To make our life easier, to provide us with protections against fraud and invaders and people taking our property. And like this is what the government's purpose is, to do things that we can't do for ourselves, that they can do more efficiently, providing for a group service for a group of people. And it typically works out that way when there's more than 150 people that you should collectively come together and say, hey, how can we do this to make it better for everybody, right? So I don't believe the government's job is to give me money or to give me anything. But it seems like that's a stupid ass argument to have when you say the government, the president, who's the CEO, the chief executive of our country, has created a policy that caused the stock market to immediately tank. And that person say it's not the president's job to give you anything. And personally, I just say you're a fucking idiot, right? That's the only way I can even conclude that. You're an idiot, right? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what's going on. The only thing you've done is chosen a side and said, I'm going to defend it no matter what. But if you buy things in America and the cost of everything is going to go up 25 to 35%, that hurts everybody. I don't know anyone that can avoid it. And if you're wealthy enough, it maybe won't impact you. But it hurts everybody. If you have a retirement account and it lost 10 to 20% of its value, that hurts you. No matter whether you voted Democrat or Republican. And if you voted Republican, you shouldn't just say, oh, well, that's what happens sometimes. Like, this is intentional infliction of pain on the United States population for little to no gain, at the expense of his ego, to prove that he was right about something that everyone knows that he's not right about. It doesn't work. It does in our society today. It doesn't work. Maybe it works in a smaller society. Maybe it works in a more enclosed society. Maybe it could work in a society of a couple 100,000 people. But in a society of 350 million people that stretches from sea to shining sea with two intercontinental states, it's probably difficult to say we're not going to trade with anybody. I don't know if it works that way. There's too many damn people. And Trump's plan doesn't work, hasn't worked, won't work. And the immediate infliction of pain is the result of his decision. And Republicans, especially Trump supporters, are trying to convince us now that this is just part of the deal, but it's going to get better in the long run. Well, I'm not dumb enough to fall for that trick. I know how this goes. The last time this happened, it ended in the Great Depression. The last time it happened, it ended in the Great Depression. And the sooner the Trump supporters wake up and scream in pain, the faster it can end, because you won't have that floor of the 40%. But we got to get those people, that 40% of people. What's up, Tanya? Six-pack granny, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute. The faster we can get those 40% of Trump supporters, those hardcore Republicans, to say this is bad and we have to do something different, until that 40% dwindles to less than 40%, the elected people in the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate have no incentive to change anything. They have no incentive to change anything. And that's what we're up against. I post about it every day on my Facebook because I'm annoyed with these people. I think they're fucking nuts. But I also hope that one of the things that I post can convince one of these lunatics to say, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Trump isn't good for the economy. Maybe he's not good for America. And maybe what he's doing is personally bad for me. And shit is personally bad for me. And everyone should be able to come to that conclusion today, unless you don't have any money in the stock market. You don't plan on buying anything from an American store. You're not employed by an American employer, right? The last thing I'm saying, Black Rosebud's argument was, oh, I own my own business. I own my own business. So I don't care what Donald Trump does. It doesn't impact me. He said, you work for somebody, so that's why you got to be worried. No. We all work for somebody. Everybody works for somebody, right? If I work for a company that pays me cash for my time, that's the trade. I give them my time, they give me cash, right? You work for yourself. You give up your time selling whatever you're selling, trading whatever you're selling, providing whatever service that you're providing in exchange for money, but you got to find the customers, right? And if you don't find the customers, you don't get paid. Well, if people, the shit that you're providing isn't a necessary good, you're providing entertainment, which is the first thing to fucking go when people start crunching their budgets. So when Donald Trump says the cost of everything is going to go up 25%, including entertainment, because you got to rent a facility and buy food and drinks and alcohol and all this shit, the first thing to cut is you. You should be especially concerned who having more money, because everything he's doing right now is to take money out of the pockets of the average citizen, not to put money into the pocket of the average citizen. But if you say you own your own business so it doesn't bother you, well then you be crying the same tune you was crying during fucking COVID. You be crying the same thing you was crying during Joe Biden's presidency when you were saying, oh man, I can't do shows because they won't let us fucking rent these places out. Only there's so many people. Or people don't have money because they lost their jobs. No shit, guess what? We're on that track again. But this is self-inflicted. This time it's self-inflicted. We did it to ourselves. We voted for the guy who said he was going to do it, and then he did it. Insane. We get what we deserve because we're too stupid to know better. We get what we deserve because we're too stupid to know better. And I wish that I could say that I'm not included, but I'm included in the goddamn pool. I'm an American. I live here. So it doesn't matter how smart I think I am or how dumb I think other people are. We're going to get the same fucking thing because the person who won. We all get the same damn thing. And that's what we have to measure. Like I remember it was a guy who said this a long time ago, and I thought he was a racist for saying it. That there needs to be tests. We don't need to have so many people voting in America. And I said, that's a racist. He's trying to stop black people from voting. But he was 65, 70 years old, and he was smart. And he was like, there's too many fucking stupid people out here to vote. They don't know what they're voting for. They don't know what they're talking about. All they do is make it easier for people to trick them. That's it. They just make it easier for people to trick them. And I wish that wasn't the way it was, and I hate to even say it that way, but when Donald Trump wins and people say, hey, look, more Americans wanted Trump than nobody else, and you say, the thing that he's going to do is going to hurt you and you particularly, and they say, yeah, but that's what I want. Stupidity. It's just stupidity. And there's no other answer, there's no other way to describe it, and there's no way to fix it. There's no way to fix it. There's just too many stupid people around. Anyway, look, I wish I was smart enough to know what to do with my money so that way I could have protected it before I lost all this money today. I wish I knew, but I'm not smart enough to figure that out. I wasn't savvy enough, and I didn't pay close enough attention. So I'm annoyed and pissed off today because I lost a bunch of money. And I'm more frustrated that people who had the inside scoop were able to hide their money and not suffer the same pain. That's wrong. That's wrong on me. That's my bad. That's my bad. But I'm only feeling this pain because Trump was able to convince people that he was going to do something that wasn't in their best interest and that they were going to love it. And they did. And they did love it. And at this point, they're not, I don't want to say smart enough. What's the word I want to use? They're not self-aware enough, or they have too much ego or pride to say, you know what? That was a damn mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah, I'm doing good, Tanya. I'm doing good. I need to do more shows. I did this today because I was driving the road and I wanted to bitch about Trump, but I didn't have anybody to bitch to. So I'm bitching to you. But but I'm about to run in this store. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. Subscribe. Why not? And I'll see you guys next time.